Hey guys, hey Poor Dirt Farmer, how you doing? American Amy here, and I got an article. I haven't read it yet, so we're gonna read it together real quick. So let me share the screen real quick. I hope I got everything set up right this time. So here's our copyright disclaimer. Good. Okay, so we're gonna stop sharing that, and then we're going to share our article, man. Okay, maybe this is gonna go smooth this time. I sure hope so. Hey PDF, I'm sorry I couldn't come the other day. My stomach was sick, and it's just been that way for 3 days. But anyway, so but my thoughts and prayers have definitely been with PJ and Justice for Amber Grace. It's Amber Gracie, right? Justice for Amber. How about that? And free Eric Brent always. Okay, so to the article. Hey everybody. Hey Teresa and Sweet Tea. Enjoy doing the panel with you guys the other day. That was fun. Okay, I've got the article right here. There it is. Okay. Here's the article, and now I'm going to read it off my... let me make it as big for you guys as I can. Hey, we the people. Okay, I'm going to be reading it off my iPad. So, it's the same exact article, though. It's just easier for me to see. Okay, everybody can hear me okay? One, just make sure the volume's good. Not too loud, not too low. Can we get a 1 for audio? Oh, you should be able to hear me talking. Okay, good. Okay. West Palm Beach, Florida. A Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy ended up losing her job for failing a drug test and not notifying the office of her relationship with a convicted felon who she's been supervising when the relationship started. The investigation started in the middle of the night in late June of last year when another deputy saw a car that had been reportedly driving recklessly eastbound on Southern Boulevard. The car had allegedly been speeding in 2 lanes and veered off the road onto a grassy shoulder for some distance. The Internal Affairs Investigation Report, containing every aspect of this case, said that deputy and 2 others spoke to the driver when he pulled over at a gas station on Southern Boulevard and Waxahachie. Lance Brown told the deputies the car belonged to his girlfriend and referred to D.S. Deputy Sheriff Karen Nowak as his boo, or similar term of endearment. He said he lived with his girlfriend, who was a corrections deputy with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, and he had just dropped her off at work at the West Detention Center. I'm going to interrupt real quick. That's this Glen Club Road. That's the main jail. That's where they put me that night after I was in the other jail. Okay, back to the article. According to the report, he said she worked for PBS and insinuated that she was a sworn law enforcement officer, suggesting deputies should look the other way or cut him a break. It also says he was at the gas station to meet a woman who was approaching his car when the first deputy arrived. She told another deputy she met Mr. Brown on Tinder and was there to meet him. But while talking with Brown, the deputies noticed what looked like a crack pipe and crack cocaine in the car. They said Brown admitted they were his. He was arrested and charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, and driving while his license was suspended. It turned out that Brown has an extensive criminal history. Yes, okay. He has been arrested 21 times in Palm Beach County and registered as a convicted felon twice in 2015 and in 2021. He was held in the PBS Correctional Facility 16 times between 2015 and 2021. He's also been imprisoned by the Florida Department of Correction 3 times. His record showed that he's been charged 40 times for felonies and 10 times for misdemeanors and convicted of 7 felonies and 6 misdemeanors. Mr. Brown's charges range from numerous burglary, grand theft, dealing in stolen property and other property crimes to aggravated battery with a firearm. Mr. Brown has numerous arrests for drug-related charges such as possession, sales, delivery of cocaine, marijuana, heroin, and possession of prescription drugs without a prescription. He spent time behind bars from 2012 to 2015. Okay, all that. Okay. Jesus. But okay. Some of that time was done at WDC, which would be the West Detention Center. From the gas station, Brown was taken to the hospital because the reports said he admitted to taking drugs and was nodding off. Then he was booked by the same WDC in the same West Detention Center where Nowak was working and her car was towed away. At the same time, Nowak was relieved of her duties due to what was found in her car, as well as her apparent association with a drug offender, pending a reasonable suspicion drug test. Several sergeants Nowak says she didn't show any concern or reservations about taking the test. That morning, she was placed on paid administrative leave. By the next week, it was July. The results of the drug test showed the presence of cocaine or its metabolites in her system. The Internal Affairs investigation consisted of 13 interviews with 13 people and 43 documents. And this is really long, man. It goes on and on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting a link in here because this is long. I think we've got the gist of it, and I would encourage you all to read it. But this is some pictures of the guy. I don't know if we got any of the deputy. It's 1 of 3. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how to open those. So we're going to go ahead and just stop sharing this screen. Okay. So I'm definitely going to drop the link there. I want you guys to read it. So of course, I'm going to need some better understanding of this. But his criminal history and stuff, I mean, that's, to me, what does that really have to do with much? Should she be dating somebody that she had supervised in prison? I mean, in the jail? I don't know, because I don't know their policies on that. It seems like they were okay with it as long as she had informed them. So, it's going to take another read. It's going to take, me looking at this a little bit more. And I'd encourage you guys to look at it too and see if it makes sense to you guys. Also, the drug test. The drug test was like a random test, I believe they said. And they said she didn't seem at all worried about taking it. And that was before they caught him in her car that night. So, if I understand this correctly. So, I wonder if they tampered with her drug test. Because maybe she wasn't doing drugs. And they said they found coke or whatever that word is. That means like, for people to have that in it, it could have meant that was, it does mean she probably used it. But it could have been a while back. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on things like this, but I have read a little bit about stuff like this. But I think it's something we need to look deeper into, and see what, and why. It's great that they did an IA investigation, but why is it so hard to get an IA investigation when they're messing with we the people, So I'm going to go back and speak to everybody that we didn't get to speak to yet. Let's see. We got Blue Lives Matter. We got Midnight Rider. L. Croft, Secret Agent Man. And Teresa's still in here, and we the people. Yeah, I think we've got everybody. Now, one other thing I want to mention, guys. I'm gonna do that little video about those guys that did that prank. The only thing they messed up on, in my opinion, is they shouldn't have called the cops on themselves. That was a fuck up. You know, we already have people using the system, and then the police used it as an opportunity to make what I would say is a propaganda type video. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. And it's I uploaded it yesterday. And then on my and in the description and on my community tab, I looked for the young men's video that had done the prank, the YouTubers, and I put a link on my community page, and I put a link to that on somewhere in the description of that video too. But yeah, I gave the cop a chance to propagandize, to pat themselves on the back over and over and over. And from what I've seen, they did not have no real raz there. I would like to see the body cams. All I have seen is the young man's version, you know? And he doesn't even show it all. He doesn't show the part where he was arrested. And I'm not even sure if they arrested him that day or another time. And they say it's an ongoing investigation. It seems this happened back in January, end of January. Hey, Pandora. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah. Hey, sweet tea. I really enjoy doing that panel with you guys. And anybody that's interested, if there's anybody that wants to be a guest on the Road and Toe show, reach out to those guys. If you're interested in doing the ladies activism panel, then you need to reach out. You could probably reach out to the guys, but I would probably suggest reaching out to Heather Holt, into American Justice. What do you think, sweet tea? Does that sound like the right thing to do? Or can they reach out to you too? Or are you going to be involved in this? Because they were the host, they were the guest host. And I think they're going to, I don't know if they're always going to be the guest host, but they may be. So, is that the best person to reach out to? It would be American Justice of Texas and Heather Holt. And if any of my mods could drop those two links, that would be great. If anybody could drop the Road and Toe show link, that would be great. Because I did realize there was other ladies that were very much interested in doing this. And I told all the ones that I've talked to, look, just reach out to these people. They want to do it like once a month or something. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to open the panel for a minute if anybody wants to come join me. We're not going to be up here for long, though. I haven't been feeling well the last couple of days. That's why I wasn't able to go to the memorial service for Pajama Audit's daughter. It's a very sad situation. I appreciate the people that did go and show their love and support for her. Yeah, this is rough, and she's had a lot of losses in the last year. So those of you that pray, please keep her in your prayers. If you don't pray, send her positive thoughts, please. Okay, her and her family, and let's hope that we can get some justice, because I don't know all the details, but they will come out, and I do believe she is a victim in this situation. Okay, that's what I believe from what I see so far. An innocent victim that, like I said, I don't want to speak on it too much because I don't know all the details. It'd be better for somebody that knew the details. So, yeah, Pandora, I'm gonna talk to you later about your channel. I don't know if I haven't had time to look at it the last couple of days. I know they arrested the West boys, adoptive parents, but as far as I know, they still haven't found the bodies. So that's one step in the right direction. I hope we find their bodies, and I want the boys to have their names back. I know y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about, but we're talking about the West boys. Some of y'all do, Orrin and Owen West, but I think but the real name was like Sincere and something else. The guys the parents that adopted him changed their name. I want them to have their name back, and I want their bodies, and I want them to be buried. Thank you guys for dropping those links, man. I really appreciate it. I sure do. Hey, Breaking the Flow. Well, I shared an article, but it's long anyway. I'm going to have the link in there. It's about a deputy that was well, I don't know. They call her a deputy, but she's a correctional officer. It's different with every department. Sometimes they are real deputies. Sometimes part of them are, and some of them are just COs. It depends on the facility and the department. So, but that article will be in this link as soon as I get done with this. I've got the link. I'll just gonna have to drop it in the comments. Okay, and I got some nice headphones there today, and they're Bluetooth, but they got a wired mic, which I think would be nice. But I haven't, had time to connect them. Also, I'm going to be probably going out of town in a couple days to meet up with some other activists, and that should be exciting. And so you guys look out for that. And yeah, the link's up there. If anybody wants to join me real quick. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to update you guys on, because I haven't had a lot of time yet lately, but I've been sharing articles to the community page. Y'all know I want to share information. I need to all the time. So I've been sharing some there. I've been sharing some to Twitter, and I've been sharing some to my American Amy Facebook page. You guys are always welcome to go in there and share links that you find interesting too. And if you are on Facebook, like that page for me. That would be great. And if any of you can review it, that would be good too. Like you do a Google review, but a Facebook review. Hey, Gregory, how you doing? Okay, and so yeah, I guess that's about it then. So I want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all. I'll have the link in there. Y'all read it up, see what y'all think, and I want to know more about what y'all think about what them young men did. And the cops, I don't think they had Raz. They had a phone call, and that there is some things to be learned in that interaction, because I really want to see the body cam. To be honest, I really do. I might have to request that shit myself. I sure might just do that. Okay, well that's about all I got for now. I appreciate y'all, and my name's American Amy, and I'm out. Alrighty, have a good one.